And the latest reaction now that's coming from the External Affairs Minister, this is regarding the toolkit here and why the Ministry of External Affairs responded to private celebrity tweets regarding the farmers' agitation. This is what he said.
No, I think it has revealed a lot. We have to wait and see what else comes out. But as you can see, there was a reason why the Foreign Ministry reacted to the statements which some celebrities gave out for whatever the reason on matters on which obviously they didn't know very much.
And now the focus here of the ongoing election campaign in West Bengal, and this is how it's gone to the next level. Today we've seen the launch of BJP's Rath Yatra, which they're calling the Parivartan Rally. Now this was kick-started by the BJP Chief JP Nadda, and it is going to be conducted in 5 phases. What we've seen today is the first phase. It is going to be taken across through all the 294 constituencies with a calendar that has been listed out from February today up to the month of March. This first started with a kilometer-long road show that was surrounded by hundreds of party workers and supporters here, and he was accompanied there by the state BJP chief as well. What this means on ground, let's throw this open to our guests with us. We have tonight, we have people of both members of the party, as this is largely being seen as a two-corner battle here. We have Mr. Tuhin A, leader of the BJP, here with us. Also, Mr. Riju Datta is the member of the TMC.
और तानाशाही ये तीनों विराजमान रही है और इसीलिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने तय किया है कि परिवर्तन यात्रा के माध्यम से बंगाल की जनता को जगाएंगे, उनको बताएंगे। और मुझे तो लगता है कि अब जगाने की जरूरत नहीं है, बंगाल की जनता जाग चुकी है। यह सामने हमको ये दृश्य दिख रहा है। हर एक बात में बोले होवे ना होवे ना होवे ना, कहना होवे ना। मई महीने के बाद सभी कुछ होवे होवे होवे। मैं जानना चाहूंगा परिवर्तन यात्रा में हमारे एक एक नेता बंगाल की जनता को बताएं, उनके स्वास्थ्य की चिंता मोदी जी ने की थी। ममता बीच में अड़ंगा बनकर के खड़ी रही, अब ममता जाएगी, अड़ंगा खत्म होगा, रास्ते का रोड़ा खत्म होगा और मोदी जी का आयुष्मान भारत सीधे सीधे बंगाल की जनता को मिलेगा।
All right, so first let's go across here to the TMC. Riju Datta here with us. Thanks for being with us this evening. In your view, in what you'd like to say to the BJP today here, because the allegation that continued to remain against the TMC, against the state government, that they're going ahead with this Rath Yatra with no permission. They're not being allowed, but they will still go ahead. And so far, things have been smooth. There has been no untoward incident reported.
First of all, good evening, sir. Good evening to Tuhin, the BJP spokesperson here. I just want to say, we had from the very get-go, we had no issues against the Rath Yatra or Parivartan Yatra, whatever they want to term it.
If they do this Yatra, they have done multiple rallies and sabhas in West Bengal, but the permission has been denied. So if they want to do it peacefully and they want to go to the length of the breadth of the state, they are most welcome to do it. That's their constitutional right. But if, because of this Parivartan Yatra, some of their cadres who resort to violence, who incite violence, and, we still witness those, we have witnessed those horrific incidents that happened after the 1990s Yatra. If those things happen in Bengal, then I'm sure the administration and law and order will take a call on that accordingly. If it is done peacefully, I don't think anybody can have a problem or should have a problem with it.
Mr. Tuhin A, please respond, because this is specifically the start of the Rath Yatra. The build-up to the Rath Yatra was always about how you will not be allowed to do this, how the BJP is being stopped from what they think is a very important part of their campaign, the Rath Yatra, which is now being titled Parivartan Rath Yatra. But so far, things have been smooth. You have continued with the election campaign. There have been moments of attacking the state leadership here as well. But everything's gone smooth so far.
Well, good evening, Seher. Good evening, Riju. See, we know for a fact that the TMC is intimidated by this yatra. So sooner than later, when the yatra reaches districts like Murshidabad, which has a 60+ minority population, you would see them pinning the onus on the local administration and creating obstacles. Now they talk about Duare Sarkar, which is the Sarkar reaching to the homes of people. Now what is the use of them reaching to the homes of people now when people are out on the streets in phenomenal numbers supporting the yatra? Nobody is at home to wait for TMC representatives or the government representatives. In the last 44 years, they have deprived the state of its legitimate share of development. Bengal, which was once the capital of India, has lagged behind, and that needs to be corrected. If you just see the response on the very first day, I think it should leave no doubt in anybody's mind that the TMC's days in government are numbered, and Bengal is on the verge of history.
Can I answer now, sir?
So Riju Datta, there was to be a TMC motorcycle rally today as well. Then there was a sense that things are going to clash. There is going to be an overlapping of routes here. But the motorcycle rally, of course, has been on a very, very small scale. How threatened is the TMC feeling with this Rath Yatra today? And mentions and allegations that have been made very pointedly, Riju Datta, this came in for the farmers. The flavor of the season, so to say, for the farmers here, with the central government, with Mr. JP Nadda saying that central government policies for the benefit of the farmers have been stalled and stopped by the TMC government here.
Okay, first of all, going into your direct question, sir, I want to answer my friend Tuhin here. When he talked about people out on the streets, let me remind them that, whatever they are seeing may be a new thing for BJP, but these kind of crowds we have seen in Calcutta or in Bengal in the last 10 years, even when Mamata Banerjee goes for an evening stroll. So it is nothing new to us. And if only the people going in crowds can reflect in electoral percentage, then Tejasvi would have become the Chief Minister of Bihar. So that is a different topic. Now coming to your thing regarding Kisan and farmers, I also want to inform your viewers that the Central Krishi Samman was given 6 years in a row to Bengal. Bengal is the only state where farmers' income has tripled. Bengal is the only state where Kisans are happy because they do not have to pay crop insurance and they get life insurance. And it is very rich coming from BJP talking about Kisan, where half an hour or 1 hour away from Amit Shah's house at Sinha border, 200 Kisans have died in the cold of Delhi. So we don't need lectures from BJP coming and giving us gyan on Kisan. Has Nadda staying in Delhi, a resident of Delhi, has he even visited Sinha border? Has he gone to Ghazipur border? He has not. He has flown 1,500 kilometers to have food with Kisan in Bengal, where there is no issues, no problems.
Right. Tuhin Sinha, while I understand you would like to directly respond to that here as well, we but just have a couple of minutes here left. What can we expect from the BJP on the Parivartan Yatra, since this has already been scheduled and extensively planned to go on till the month of March? But there is a very important hearing to come up day after on Monday in the High Court. And that could have direct repercussions on this very ambitious Parivartan Rath Yatra.
Whether you call it a Rath Yatra, whether you call it a Parivartan Yatra, now, in any democracy, a political party has a right to it. Now, Riju pointed out that in the 1990s, it had led to riots. But let me tell you that in the last 30 years, probably every second year, we have had a long yatra. In 2004, before the elections we had, in 2011, Advani ji had traveled across the country. So none of these had reported any violent incident. The problem is, parties like the TMC believe that the minority votes are there for them. They believe that the minority run away from us. I can give you this assurance. You can take this in writing. In the next 30 days, all sections of society will be participating in this yatra, and hence, anybody who will be working against democracy.
All right, final point, Riju Datta. Is it about the nomenclature? Calling it of a Rath Yatra that makes it uncomfortable. If we just call it a rally, call it a Parivartan rally, and so that's fine with you.
See, I am going to answer this because it's a closing remark, saying that, the PM, the Home Minister, the Defense Minister, Chief Ministers of 16 states, 303 MPs, the huge PN Care Fund backing, along with CBI, ED, IT, and all the state machinery is standing against one 65-year-old woman in a white sari. So people of Bengal know who to vote for and who to choose, and people of Bengal have understood BJP is a Ram Bharose party. They have nothing to talk about development or good governance. So in 2 months,
All right.
people of Bengal are going to say Ram Nam Sarkar.
Even a 73-year-old Lalu.
Okay, this discussion a very clear indication of how intense this election campaign is going to be here. But a very significant day to see of what the High Court decides here on this on Monday as well. Appreciate you both gentlemen of both political parties, the BJP and the TMC, for being with us here tonight. We'll have to leave it at that. It is a wrap here on the Urban Debate.